Everyone knows that you can import 3D objects in After Effects just like this. But suppose I want to animate them like this, like this propeller of this plane. Is it possible? Well, then you have to search for animated.glb file. If by any luck you may find what you want. But if not, then learning 3D animation software like Blender is the only option. So I started learning Blender. Blender Guru's donut tutorial. After completing the tutorial, which of course took me several days and revisions, I was able to accomplish this in After Effects. You might have seen this in many historical documentaries about World War II.
We are now 2 minutes to the bomb run. No fighters, no flak
And might
as
be
yet.
wondering, this must be created using some sophisticated 3D animation softwares. Then you are wrong. This type of animation can be created now in After Effects using its advanced 3D renderer. Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Naresh and today you are going to learn how to animate real 3D objects in After Effects. Today I will show you Blender to After Effects workflow that might be useful to you to create such wonderful 3D animation using After Effects. So without wasting time, let's get started. So the first step is to search for free 3D model file that you need for your animation. These are the popular sites from where you can get the free 3D models. Look for the one that suits for your project. You can also apply various filters like file type, etc. I think this one is good for our demo. So try to select 2 to 3 models that can be usable for your project. Click on the free download button so that all available file formats will appear here. I am downloading this rare file. Once the download is complete, extract it. These are various files available along with the Blender and texture files, etc. Now open the Blender, delete this cube and go to File, select Append, select the folder where the files are extracted. Select the .blend file, look for the folder name Collection, which has various parts of the plane or your model. Append it one by one. Now for this model, I don't need the landing gear, so I am skipping it. Go to the render viewport and this is how it will look. You can select and grab the light by pressing G on the keyboard and adjust its position. You can even go for light option and change the type of light, like sun, and adjust the strength. Sometimes if your object does not have texture like this, then go to shading option and select the part of the object. Select and check if there are nodes. You can move by pressing middle cursor. Look for the image nodes having JPEG or PNG files. By clicking this folder, you can browse through the texture and images and select as per the name given to the nodes. Do for the all available parts and surfaces. You can even change the color management. Change the render engine to cycles and GPU compute. Change max sample to 100. Now the most important part, animating these propellers. Zoom to propeller, change viewport to solid. When you press N on the keyboard, this transform menu will appear. In the item tab, we have this rotation for X, Y and Z. Check the X, Y and Z rotation. Weird, isn't it? Because the point of origin or the anchor point is not in the center. Now select this hub, try Y rotation. Perfect, this is what we want. This is fantastic. Whatever I have learned from the donut tutorial, I can apply it here. So first select the blade and then select the hub by keep holding the shift key. Now press Command or Ctrl plus P to parent the blade with the hub. And select the second keep transform option. Now check the Y rotation for the hub. Done. Now pay attention. Now we will apply the Y rotation keyframes to hub and not the blade. Now drag this timeline and keep your playhead at the beginning at 1 and insert a single keyframe on Y rotation like this. Don't forget to change the start to 0, and by changing the end you can increase or decrease the duration of the animation. Now go to the last keyframe, that is 600. Change the Y rotation value to 20,000 and insert the keyframe. Let's play. Cool, isn't it? Repeat the same for the all propellers. Parent the blades with the hub and apply keyframes to Y rotation of the hub. And you will get this. Change the render engine to EV, check motion blur and apply these settings, including a change of the render engine. Now let us export it as a .glb file with animation. Go to the file and select export as .glb file. Select the place where you want to save. Carefully select these settings. Transform should always be checked, animation checked, and choose active action merge. Check bake all object action. Keep the rest of the default settings. Rename and click export. Similarly, we will be also able to import .fbx file format and repeat the same animation on it. And then finally export it as .glb file. Now we will finish rest of the animation in After Effects. Okay, so once we have exported it as a .glb file, now it contains the animation of the propeller. That is what we wanted. Now we can import it inside the After Effects and we can animate. Now we know of how to use the After Effects. Alright, so I have created this composition 9020 1080 master and 30 frame per second, and 15 or 16 seconds would be enough. Okay, now I have also imported this glb file. Now let's import it. Okay, so we have imported this glb file. So sometimes if it does not visible, then just command plus click home, so it will be visible. Okay, sometimes it happens that it might not be visible. Okay, now let us decrease the size, okay, around 10. Okay, so this is the 3D object, and if you see, we are in the advanced 3D mode. It is automatically converted into advanced 3D mode because this 3D object only work in this advanced 3D mode. Alright, now we need a sky. So we are going to use this sky. Okay, don't convert it to 3D. Okay, and this is our plane. Now change to 2 view and let's do some little adjustment. Okay, let's change to 1 view. So this is our sky. Okay, it is having some movement. Let us slow it down. Right click and change time stretch, and we will be increase the time to 200. Okay, all right, now let's add the, now right click and add new camera, 35mm and one node camera. Click OK. Right click and add new null object. We will use this null object to control the camera. Don't forget to convert it to 3D. Parent your camera with the null. Okay, press P and also add the orientation and position. And this one is the orientation. So we have added the position and orientation keyframe. Okay, now let's okay, let us adjust the position. So I am changing this orientation and position, and I am also changing this Z position to take it far from the camera. So it is up to you how you want to animate your camera. And around 15 seconds, change the Y orientation just like this. Also adjust some X orientation and change the Y position, and also change the X position just like this. Okay. Alright, now select all the keyframes and press F9 for ease. Now let's play. Alright, if you think it is moving fast, then just select these two keyframes and move it like this. Okay, so it will become slow. Okay, now Now this thing is animating, but the propeller is not moving. So what we can do, just go to this file 3D of our 3d.glb file and go to animation and select this animation. Okay, so if you now play, you can see that the propellers are moving. Okay, even we can drag it and take towards like this. Okay, okay, so it is up to you how you want to animate. This is just an example. Okay, now right click and add the light, environment light, select. These are my settings and adjust your setting as per the requirement. Okay, so if you increase this intensity, it will be more, it will look more bright. If you decrease the intensity, it will look less bright. Then go to transform and you can change this. This is how the light can move. Okay, so let's add the keyframe over here. One keyframe added over here at the end, and you can add the another keyframe here. Okay, just like this light. Then select both the keyframe and press F9. So now if you play, you can see that there is a kind of moving of the reflection. Okay, so it will look really good. Okay, even you can do the, you can adjust the Y rotation also. So this is the Y rotation. Okay, then I have added this 16 mm scratch mp4 file. Okay, and then I have extended this loop 20, so the duration is now around 2 minutes. Okay, so let's add it over here. Change the blending mode to overlay. Also I have decreased the transparency to around 60%. Okay, you can decrease even so 40%. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave us like, subscribe the channel, hype the channel, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.